lovely, and welcome to this beginner Vinyasa Power Flow. Welcome to Yoga with Heather. I'm so thrilled that you're going to be doing yoga with me. If you'd like to bring more energy, vitality, and health into your everyday lifestyle, then look below in the description and book a free discovery wellness coaching session with me. We'll begin in Child's Pose Malasana, so bring your seat to your heels. Bring your forehead onto a block or all the way down to the mat, and bend your elbows slightly to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Begin to breathe deeply in and out the nose. If all you were to do is to stay here for the entire time breathing, you would be getting so many of the benefits. Bring your hands now towards the right. Place your right hand on top of the left and pull your left hip back. You should feel a nice stretch along the entire left side of the body from the left hip up to the left wrist. Every inhalation expanding your belly big with your breath, your lungs in 360 degrees. Every exhalation, see where you can let go a little bit more. Attaching your mind to your deep, smooth, rhythmic breathing. Bringing your hands now to the left, put your left palm on top of the back of the right hand, pull your right hip back. Melting into this nice side stretch. Giving yourself time here to develop and cultivate a deep, slow breath. And we'll maintain this deep, smooth breath throughout the entire rest of the practice. One more deep, big breath here, and then come into tabletop. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Pull your belly up and in. Then inhale, glide your heart forward. Exhale, press the mat away, chin to chest, round the spine. A few more times. Inhale, belly soft, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Bring your tailbone down towards in between your knees. And then flowing backwards and forwards in the rhythm of your own breath. We're beginning to link breath with movement, pulling our attention away from our thoughts and into our bodies here. So grounding into your body. Feeling the aliveness in your fingers and toes. Perhaps a tingling or warmth in the palms of your hands. So we glide through these cat-cow variations. You can feel free here to revolve your hips around a little. Bringing your hips a little more forward, your shoulders stacked directly over the wrists. Hug the side body at the elbows as you flow all the way down into the mat. Pressing the tops of the feet actively into the mat, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift a little bit up, Bhujangasana. Now the elbows will want to splay out, so pull them into your side body. The shoulders will want to creep up towards your ears, so glide your shoulder blades down your back. Beautiful. Inhale, come up. It doesn't need to be this far. You can stay quite close to the mat. And exhale, lowering down slowly. Press the mat away. Bring your seat towards your heels. Curl your toes under. Spread your fingers really wide from one another. Protect your wrists here. Now prioritize length in the spine over getting your heels to the mat. In Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Roll your outer arms in towards your face to broaden across the shoulders. Find a little bit more space in the spinal column, perhaps by bending your knees, coming up on your toes, and then re-straightening your legs. Engage your thighs, the top parts of your legs, so you can relax the backs of the legs. And check in with your breath, that you're still breathing deeply and slowly in and out the nose. Gliding forward, step the feet to the hands, grab onto opposite elbows and waterfall forward here. You can keep a micro bend in the knees here in Uttanasana. The body can get quite rigid, constricted, tense. We store up stress, what we don't want to deal with in the present moment sometimes, and push it into our bodies. And we come to yoga to release all that, to find some fluidity in our movements, to expand, to open up. Inhale, bring your fingertips to your thighs, roll the shoulders back, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. 2 more times. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, come halfway up, strong spine. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend your knees. Inhale, lengthen, keep a long back neck here. Exhale to fold. You can always bend your knees so that your hands reach the floor in those forward bends. Inhale, stretch the palms out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Keep your shoulders over your hips, then kind of wrap your ribs inwards, engage your low belly, stretch the arms out and up. Exhale, interlace the hands and lean over towards the right. Squeeze the inner thighs together, rise up. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, come straight back up. Open the heart, cactus the arms open, and inhale the arms back up. Now we're going to sweep the left arm over, around, and to your side. Inhale the right arm up over your right ear, around and back over, around towards your right side. On the next inhalation, rise up on your tippy toes, lift the arms, and on your exhale, lower the heels as slowly as you can. 2 more times. Inhale, rising up with grace. Exhale, releasing with as much control as you can, heels to the floor. Last time, spreading the arms up, bring the fingertips to touch. Exhale, releasing the arms and the heels. Bring your heels to touch. Sit down deep. Pull your low belly in, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthening the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Stepping the feet back. Bring your shoulders directly over your wrists in plank. Lower your knees to the mat, roll your shoulders back, belly up and strong. Lower as slowly as you can onto your belly and your elbows hug your side body. Inhale, Bhujangasana, lift the heart, relax the shoulders down. Exhale to lower. Breathing in, press the tops of the feet into the mat as you lift the heart. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time, Bhujangasana. Lifting up, strengthening the low back, and exhale to release. Strong belly, press the mat away. Bring your bum towards your heels, curl the toes under, and begin to straighten the legs. And we'll go through all the points again. Bend the knees, find space in the spine, lift up on your toes, lower your heels down to the mat. Spread your fingers wide once again, protect your wrists. Make sure that you're long through the spine. Imagine that you're pulling your hips up and back, up and back. And check in with your breath. I know I keep talking about the breath, but really for me, yoga is about the breath. Otherwise, we're just doing gymnastics or some kind of fitness time together. The breath is where you'll find healing and where you'll be able to have the most benefit in this practice. Step your feet to your hands, lengthen the spine forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, stretching the palms out and up. Ground down through the feet as you bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, stretch the palms out and up, and exhale, interlace the hands, lean to the right. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, leaning over towards the left. Inhale, lengthen the arms up, open the heart, bend the elbows, spread across the chest, and then exhale your hands down to your heart. Coming into some fluid circular movement, stretch the right arm up, over the ear and back down to your right side. Stretching the left arm up over the ear and back down around to your side. Inhale, lifting up on the toes, fingertips to touch. Exhale, heel softly down to the mat. Twice more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down with control. Inhale, lifting up on the tippy toes, engage the belly. Exhale, lowering down. Sit back deep, Utkatasana, engage the low abs. Exhale to fold. You can always keep your knees here bent a lot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, Uttanasana. You'll remember all these Sanskrit names with time. Step the feet back, coming into plank. Engage the belly. Lower your knees down to the mat. Keep that engagement of the belly. And then lower down as slowly as you can onto the floor. 3 times Bhujangasana. Roll those shoulders back again. And check in. Engage the thighs so much that your kneecaps lift up away from the mat here in Bhujangasana. Lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. Last time, inhale, Bhujangasana. Lift the heart. Spread across the chest. Exhale, lowering down slowly. Press the mat away. Curl the toes under. Adho Mukha Shavasana. 5 deep breaths here. If you're feeling like this is beginning to be challenging as we start to warm the body, if some of these poses are new to you, then that is the intention of yoga. It's to make us a little bit stressed, to see if we can retain our deep, slow breathing, if we can keep our body and mind calm as we continue to flow through the poses, and to bring some pause between stress and response. Step the feet to the hands, and then bring your feet to the width of your mat, your elbows to the tops of your thighs, and sit back deep for high malasana. Roll your shoulder blades away from your ears down your back, and allow your breathing to become even more fluid. Bring your attention down into your feet, running up your legs, the energy through the hips, all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. And on your next exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward, and then inhale, sweep the palms out and up. The feet are still mat width apart, your arms reaching up and in a V. Engage the low abs, so engage your low belly, lengthen your tailbone down, and then lift up on your tippy toes. Spread yourself wide. Advanced version is to smile here, becoming expansive. On your next exhalation, release the pose, bring your feet together, hands to the heart, and we'll come into our first balancing posture, Vrksasana, tree pose. Bring your right heel to the inside edge of your left leg, lengthening tailbone down, pull the low abs in. You can always bring your foot up higher, pressing in towards your calf. Hands to heart or stretch the arms up to the sky. This is beautiful, perfect just right here, finding your balance. If you want to go deeper, bring your foot up higher. So either below or above the knee, but never on the knee joint. Find one point, your drishti, to focus on, preferably something that's not moving. Bring your attention to your breath. Hands to heart, straighten the leg out, and we'll do the other side. Easy side. Either bring your left heel to the inside edge of your right leg, hands to heart, engage the low belly, or bring your foot up higher to your calf. This is beautiful. Step further is to straighten your arms up overhead, making sure you're Relaxing and releasing any tension from the shoulders and the back of the neck. One step higher is to bring your foot up, making sure you're avoiding the knee area. Now wrap, so soften your ribs in as you engage your belly. So strengthen your belly here. Finding one point on your drishti to focus on. Bring your hands to your heart. Release the pose. We're coming down now into Garandasana, to eagle pose. So lengthen your tailbone down to the floor, engage your low abs, bring your right arm under the left arm. It doesn't matter if your hands can't come around to touch. Lift your right leg up, cross it over the left, sit down deeper, and you can keep your toes on the mat here, squeezing your legs and arms, lifting your elbows up to shoulder height and relaxing your shoulders down your back. You can always play with lifting your toes up away from the floor, balancing on your left leg. If you want to go one step further, this isn't necessary. You're getting all the benefits, but you can bring your leg all the way around. So your toes around the calf of the right leg. Lengthen your tailbone down again, pulling your low abs in. Release the pose. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out, and we'll come into the same pose on the other side. So first, sit back, engage the low abs again, stretch your arms forward, and bring your left arm under the right. Perhaps your palms come around to touch. Wrap the left leg over the right leg. You can keep your toes on the floor. This is beautiful. Squeezing the legs and arms. If you want to go one step further, lifting the toes up away from the mat. Making sure that your elbows are lifted up to shoulder level and you're relaxing your shoulder blades away from your ears. The last step is to wrap your toes around your leg. This isn't a must. Try to keep your hips level, focusing on one point, and release out of the pose. Good. Inhale, stretch the palms out and up. Exhale, folding forward over your legs. Sit down deep, all the way down to the mat. Bringing your feet together. We need a little break. Baddha Konasana. On your next inhalation, rise up. Bringing your legs back behind you, coming into tabletop. Stacking your shoulders directly over your wrists, spreading your fingers wide. Pressing the hips up and back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Downward facing dog. On your next deep breath in, lift your left leg up to the sky, and on your exhale, step your foot in between your hands, and you can reach back and help your foot forward. That's no problem. Make sure your front heel bisects the middle of the back foot. Angle your back toes in, and then come all the way up to standing. Lengthen your tailbone down, pull your low abs in, bend your knees so it's above the ankle, keep your shoulders directly over the hips, stretch your back leg completely straight, and then straighten your arms out at shoulder level. Now your knee will want to glide a little bit in, so push it out. Your back leg may want to go reek, so straighten it a little more, and then sit down a little deeper. On your inhale, press into the heel, rise up just a little bit. And on your exhale, get down deep with the hips. Thigh as parallel to the floor as you can bring it. Inhale, press into the heel, rise up. And exhale, sit down deeper. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring the back foot in a little bit. Angle your toes forward. Lean back. Then tilt your hips back as you stretch forward through the front arm and sweep your back arm up. Make sure your side body stays very, very long here. So don't crunch through your side body. You can bring your hand to your thigh or to your shin, wherever you can keep the length in the side body here in Trikonasana. If you want a little bit more effort and work for the abs, bring your hand next to the leg instead of on top of it. Keep a micro bend in the knee as you rise back up. Scoot your foot back a little bit, angle your back toes in and sit back down into your warrior pose. And then we're coming into Parsvakonasana. Bringing your lower arm, your elbow to your thigh, lifting your back arm up and over the ear, pressing down to the outer edge of the back foot. Roll your heart and gaze up towards the sky, and then pull your hip underneath you. If you want to go deeper, bring your front fingertips in between your big toe and second toe. Sit down a little deeper, and then inhale, come back up, Virabhadrasana 2, then straighten the leg. Angle your toes in, your heels out. Pull your elbows toward one another behind you. Glide with your heart forward down towards the mat. Bring your hands forward, lifting your right hand and mirroring you up towards the sky. Exhale, release. Inhale, reaching your left arm up towards the sky, and then slowly release. Keeping your hips stacked over your feet, fold forward. So you can either grab opposite elbows here, or you can grab the backs of your heels or calves. Pull your elbows to the sides as you engage your shoulder blades on the back. So pulling, squeezing the shoulder blades towards your spine. To really engage the legs by pulling the inner thighs toward one another. Bring your weight a little bit more forward to the balls of the feet. And then bring your hands out in front of you, lengthen the spine. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in as you rise all the way up. Coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 on the other side. Make sure your front heel is in line with the middle of your back foot, so the arch of the back foot. Engage the abs, and then get down with the hips, keeping shoulders over the hips. Extending the arms out wide. Stretch your back leg completely straight. On your inhale, press into the front heel, rise up a little bit. Exhale, see how far down you can sit with the hips. On your inhale, engage the leg, lift up a little. And on your exhale, try to get your front thigh parallel with the floor. One last time, pressing down into the heel, lift up a little. Exhale, get down deep with the hips, then straighten the front leg, breathe in, reach back. Walk your back foot forward a little bit, lean back and then tilt your hips back behind you. Bring your hand either to your thigh, keeping your side body long, or down to your shin. Reaching your back arm up to the sky, Trikonasana. If you want a little bit more work for your belly and side body, then bring your hand to the outside of your calf or thigh. Make sure there's a micro bend in your knee here in Trikonasana. Pressing down into the inside and outside edge of the foot equally. Rise back up, widen your stance a little. Get back down deep with the hips. And then bring your front forearm to the thigh, stretching your back arm over the ear. Create a long line of energy from the outer edge of the back foot all the way up to your little finger. Roll your heart and your gaze up towards the ceiling here in Parsvakonasana. If you want to come even deeper, you can bring your index finger and your middle finger down in between your big toe and your little toe. Rolling the heart open, bending deeper into the front knee. Always making sure that the front knee doesn't go past the ankle. Inhale, glide back up. Turn your toes in, your heels out. Interlace your fingers behind your back, lift the chest, and then fold forward. Staying here, breathing deeply, remembering that you're more powerful than you know and more beautiful than you realize. On your next exhalation, begin to tap your hands along your low back, down the outside of the legs, and then up the inside of the legs. Tapping on the low back, down the outside of the legs again, and up the inside of the legs. So we're waking up the energy channels in the body here. Bring your hands forward under your shoulders, lift the right arm up, and then release it down. Lifting the left arm up towards the sky and releasing it down. Bring your hands to your hips and come up with a flat back. Now we're going to flow through that. One breath each pose. Inhale here, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, lean back, stretching your front arm over your ear. Walk the back foot in a little, coming into Trikonasana. On your inhale, lifting back up. Widen your stance, bringing your forearm to your thigh, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, rising up, Virabhadrasana 2. And then bringing your toes in, your heels out, lift the chest, pulling your elbows towards one another, fold forward. Bring your hands forward underneath your shoulders, stretch your right arm up and release it down. Stretching your left arm up to the sky and releasing it back down. Grab either onto your elbows or onto your heels, folding forward, one breath. Bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders. Bring your hands to your hips. On your inhale, rising up. Flowing through that on the other side. Pointing your toes to the back of the mat, Virabhadrasana 2. On your next inhalation, straighten the front leg, lean back. Walk your back foot in a little, press the hips back, glide forward, Trikonasana. Inhale, rising back up. Widen your stance, forearm to the thigh, Parsvakonasana. One deep breath in, and as you exhale, rising back up, Virabhadrasana 2, leaning back. Then bring your toes in, heels out, interlace the fingers behind the back and fold forward over your legs. Engage the thighs, squeezing them towards midline. Releasing the hands, pat down the backs of the legs, up the inside of the legs. Bring your hands to your hips and then out in front of you, in front of the shoulders. Inhale, stretch the right arm up to the sky, release it down. Stretching the left arm up to the sky and releasing it back down. Then bring your hands to your hips and come up with a flat back. Beautiful. Bringing your hands to your chest, check in with your breath. Inhale up the arms, exhale, bring your hands to your heart, fold forward over your legs. Sitting all the way down onto the floor now. Gliding all the way down onto your back, slowly and with control, pull your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze, release the low back. And then bring your heels down to the mat, hip width. Interlace your fingers underneath your back. So roll one shoulder underneath you and then the other. Press down through the heels. Squeeze the inner thighs as if you have a block you're squeezing in between the thighs. Press your arms actively down into the mat to lift and spread across the chest. One more time. Press the heels down. Squeeze the inner thighs toward one another. Lift the chest up a little higher. Slowly unwind the arms, lower your back down to the mat. Allow your knees to float back in towards your chest. Straighten your legs up to the sky and then bend your shins so they're parallel with the mat. Lowering the right toes down to the mat and then the left toes. You can bring your shoulder blades up away from the mat. Stretch your arms forward. Press your low back down actively into the floor. Keep tapping your toes or straighten your legs, lowering one heel down to the mat and then the other. Pull your belly button down towards the mat below you, lifting up a little higher, stretching your fingertips forward. If you want to take it a step further, then you can glue your legs together and lower both heels down towards the mat and then back up again. The belly is a very strong, powerful energy center in the body. So you're engaging not only your abs here and strengthening them, but you're also engaging your confidence and your source of internal strength. Straighten your legs up to the sky, roll out your wrists and your ankles, then bend your knees and grab either the outside of your calves or the outside of your feet, and then work to bring your low back as much down to the floor as you can. Here in happy baby pose. Bringing your attention now to your breath. Cool as you breathe in, warm as you breathe out. Bring your attention to your toes and fingertips, the energy in your body. And then bend your knees, pull them into the chest, rolling the lower back in circles on the mat, one direction and then the other. And then slowly bring your soles of your feet together. Allow the knees to splay out to left and right. Bring your right palm to your belly and the left palm on top of the heart. On your inhale, feel first your right hand lift up towards the sky and then your left hand lifts up like a wave. On your inhalation, first the right hand lifts and then the left. Exhaling slowly and smoothly out the nose. As you breathe in, your belly rises up, then your heart lifts, and as you exhale, you see where you can let go and release a little bit more. 3 more breaths here. Straightening your right leg out now and then your left, coming into Savasana. Keeping your breathing deep, smooth, like a wave. The belly rises up towards the ceiling first and then the heart lifts. Every exhalation a little slower, deeper, and smoother than the one before. Rolling over onto your side, take 1 deep breath, then press the palm of the hand into the mat to rise up to seated. Crossing the legs, finding a comfortable seat. You can always sit up on a folded up blanket or bolster, keeping your shoulders over the hips. Closing the eyes, inhale, stretch the arms out and up, bring your fingertips to touch. And on your exhalation, lowering your arms back down to the floor, coming into a moving meditation here. On your inhalation, stretch the arms out and up, say the word joy in your head. And on the exhalation, saying the word serenity, lowering the arms back down. So on the inhalation, you're sweeping the arms up and you think joy. On the exhalation, You allow the fingertips to float back down to touch the earth, and you think serenity. A few more times on your own here. One more time. And then as you're ready, bringing your hands to your heart, grounding your energy into your body. Beginning to blink the eyes open. Remember, you're more powerful and courageous than you know. Stay curious, stay open, let the light in. Namaste.